went undercover as a waitress at charity gala my husband deliberately kept secret from me. Then I heard a CEO's toast. To the happy couple. When's the wedding? When I looked at my husband, I saw his pregnant mistress standing right beside him. The next morning, he came home and was shocked. Ava Whitmore stood in front of a narrow mirror, inside the service hallway of the Grand Savannah Hotel. The light above her flickered slightly, casting a pale glow across the black vest and white-buttoned shirt she now wore. The name tag on her chest read, Ava, not her real name, just a cover to blend into the background. 3 months earlier, she had still been living a completely different life. She was not a server carrying silver trays. She was a senior brand strategist with a corner office and a reputation for reading people better than spreadsheets. She was also the wife of Ryan Caldwell, the chief financial officer of one of the most respected investment firms in the city. But tonight, she was here not to smile or serve drinks. She was here to find the truth. Ryan had been changing in small ways at first, later nights at the office, phone calls taken in closed rooms, a new cologne that Ava never bought, gym visits that started out of nowhere, haircuts that looked more like preparation than maintenance. At first, she told herself it was stressful. High-level finance did that to people. But deep inside, she knew something was wrong. 2 weeks earlier, she had found the invitation in the pocket of his jacket. The Golden Savannah Charity Gala. Invitation only, no spouses listed. When she asked Ryan about it, he smiled and said it was just business. Boring people, boring conversations, nothing she would enjoy, but Ava knew better. Men do not transform themselves for boring events, so she called an old friend who worked in elite event staffing. One favor, one uniform, one night. Now she was here, waiting behind the velvet curtain as music drifted through the ballroom. Powerful people laughing, deals being made, lives changing over glasses of champagne. Ava took a slow breath and lifted her tray. Some women wait for betrayal to be explained. Ava came to watch it happen. The ballroom doors opened with a soft sweep, and the sound of voices rose like a tide. Ava moved slowly along the edge of the room with her tray held steady, eyes scanning every face that entered. Then she saw him. Ryan Caldwell walked in wearing a dark, tailored tuxedo that fit him like it had been cut just for this night. His posture was confident. His smile was relaxed. It was the smile he used when he felt admired. But he was not alone. A young woman walked beside him with her hand resting lightly on his arm, as if it belonged there. She was tall and graceful, with long chestnut hair styled into soft waves that brushed her bare shoulders. Her dress was a deep emerald green, and it moved like silk when she walked. Ryan leaned close to her as they stepped inside. He whispered something. She laughed quietly and tilted her head toward him. Ava felt the air leave her lungs. The woman was Lily Carter. Ava recognized her from company events. A junior accountant. Quiet, pretty, invisible in meetings. Now she was anything but invisible. Ava watched them drift through the crowd. They did not hold hands. They did not kiss. But every movement between them was intimate. The way Ryan angled his body toward Lily. The way Lily leaned in when he spoke. The way he offered her a glass of champagne, and she gently shook her head. "No, thank you," she said softly. Then she placed her hand on her lower stomach for just a moment. It was a small movement. Almost nothing, but Ava saw it. Her heart began to race. Women do not refuse champagne at charity galas for no reason. They do not touch their stomachs that way unless something precious is growing inside them. Ryan noticed it too. His eyes softened. His hand briefly brushed Lily's shoulder. Protective, proud. They were not hiding. They were simply not being obvious. Around them, the powerful guests smiled and nodded. Ava could see the looks being exchanged. People already knew. Ryan and Lily were not a secret here. Ava moved closer, pretending to refill glasses. She heard Ryan introduce Lily to a man in a dark suit. "This is Lily Carter. He said she works with me." Lily smiled and shook the man's hand. Her fingers were relaxed and confident. The man raised an eyebrow and smiled knowingly. Ava wanted to scream, but instead she kept her face calm and her steps steady. Her marriage was ending right in front of her, and everyone in the room already knew. Ava did not drop the tray. She did not rush toward Ryan. She did not confront Lily. She simply turned and walked toward the service corridor with slow, careful steps as if nothing inside her had just shattered. The hallway behind the ballroom was quiet and cool. The heavy music and laughter faded into a distant hum. Ava leaned one hand against the wall and closed her eyes for a single breath. This was not the moment to fall apart. This was the moment to decide. She took out her phone and dialed a number she had not used in years. Daniel Whitmore answered on the second ring. His voice was calm and steady the way it always was. "Ava," he said, "is everything all right?" "No," she replied, "but it will be." There was a pause. "Tell me what you saw." Ava described Ryan, Lily, the way they moved together, the hand on the stomach, the quiet certainty that this was not new. Daniel listened without interrupting. When she finished, he spoke slowly. "Do you want the truth or do you want a confrontation?" Ava did not hesitate. "I want the truth. Everything. Then you need proof. Real proof. Not feelings, not suspicions, evidence that survives courtrooms and boardrooms." Ava looked back toward the ballroom door. She could still hear Ryan laughing. "Get it," she said. Daniel exhaled softly. "I will have someone there in 30 minutes. Ava hung up. For the first time in weeks, she felt something shift inside her. The panic was still there. The pain was still there, but now it had direction. Strong women do not collapse when they are betrayed. They organize. Ava straightened her uniform and walked back into the gala. This time, she was not a wife watching her marriage die. She was a strategist watching a plan begin. Ryan Caldwell unlocked the front door just after dawn. The house was quiet in a way that felt unnatural. No soft music from the kitchen. No scent of coffee. No Ava calling out from upstairs. Ryan dropped his keys on the marble table and stepped inside. "Ava," he called. Nothing answered him. He frowned and walked farther into the house. The living room looked normal at first. Then he noticed the wall above the fireplace. The large coastal painting that Ava loved was gone. Only a faint outline of where it had hung remained. Ryan turned slowly. The glass display cabinet was still closed, but every shelf inside it was empty. Ava antique plates and small sculptures were gone. A cold feeling crept into his chest. He hurried up the stairs and pushed open the bedroom door. The bed was made perfectly flat like a hotel room. The closet doors were wide open. His side was untouched. Suits, shoes, ties. All exactly where he left them. Ava's side was empty. No dresses, no handbags, no shoes, not even the velvet hangers she loved. Ryan stared at the space where her life had been. "What is this?" He whispered. On the nightstand lay two things, Ava wedding ring and a thick envelope. Ryan picked up the ring. It felt heavier than it should have. He turned it in his fingers, then slipped it into his pocket. He reached for the envelope and tore it open. The first page was not a letter. It was a legal document. Petitioner Ava Whitmore. Respondent Ryan Caldwell. Ryan laughed softly. "This is a joke," he muttered. He flipped the page. Photographs. Him and Lily walking out of a hotel together the night of the gala, kissing under streetlights, timestamps, locations, clear and undeniable. His breath came faster. He turned another page. A letter on Whitmore and Associates letterhead. "Dear Mr. Caldwell, we represent Ms. Ava Whitmore in this divorce. Proceeding by the time you read this, she has vacated the marital residence. Please review Clause 14, Section B of your prenuptial agreement." Ryan frowned. The prenuptial agreement. He remembered it well. He had insisted on it. He read the clause. If the primary income earner commits proven adultery, all marital assets, including real estate and company interests, transfer to the injured party. Ryan stopped breathing. For the first time in his life, the room felt smaller, and it was only just beginning. Ryan's phone vibrated in his hand. Daniel Whitmore's name appeared on the screen. Ryan answered immediately. "Daniel, what is going on?" he demanded. "This is insane. Ava has lost her mind." Daniel's voice was calm and distant. "You should check your email, Ryan." There was a pause as Ryan opened his laptop with shaking hands. A board notice filled the screen. Emergency meeting. Shareholder vote. Executive suspension. "What is this?" he whispered. Daniel spoke slowly. "Ava attended the meeting this morning. Her attorneys were present." Ryan felt the ground shift beneath him. Why would she be there? She has nothing to do with the board. Daniel let out a small breath. "You really never bothered to learn about her family, did you?" Ryan's heart pounded. "What are you talking about?" Daniel continued. "Whitmore Group funded the first angel investment that kept your firm alive 10 years ago. That money did not come from venture capitalists. It came from Ava father. Ryan's mouth went dry. That was anonymous. Yes, Daniel said. By design. Ryan sank onto the edge of the bed. Ava's father was not just a retired man who read books. He owned controlling shares across multiple companies, including this one. Ryan's voice cracked. Ava does not even use that last name. She chose not to, Daniel replied. She wanted to be loved, not invested in. Ryan stared at the empty wall. Daniel delivered the final blow. Ava Whitmore owns 51% of the voting shares. She is the controlling shareholder. Ryan closed his eyes. This morning, Daniel continued. She removed you from your position, Ryan whispered. You are lying. No, Daniel said quietly, you just never asked. The call ended. Ryan sat there alone, surrounded by the empty room. For the first time, he realized he had not married a dependent woman. He had married the owner of everything. Ryan had barely processed the last call when his laptop screen changed again. A new email arrived from the legal department. Subject line, Internal Audit Notice. His stomach tightened as he opened it. A detailed spreadsheet filled the screen. Line after line of expenses. Hotels, flights, jewelry, private dining rooms, luxury gifts, all under project codes he had approved himself. Ashton Initiative, Meridian Consulting, Client Entertainment. He knew every one of those charges. They were not business. They were Lily. Ryan's hands began to shake as he scrolled. The numbers climbed higher and higher. $342,000. Company money, not his bonus, not his salary. Stolen. His phone buzzed again. This time it was the bank. We regret to inform you that all accounts under your name have been temporarily frozen due to suspected financial misconduct. Ryan slammed his laptop shut. No, no, no. He ran to the closet and opened the wall safely. It was empty, no emergency cash, no documents, nothing. On the shelf lay a small white note in Ava handwriting. There is nothing left for you. Ryan dropped the note and staggered backward. Everything he had built was collapsing at once. Not slowly, not gradually, all at once. The man who had controlled money for a living now had none, and he had no one left to blame but himself. Ryan sat on the edge of the bed with his phone in his hand. There was only one number left he could call Lily. It rang 4 times before she answered Ryan. What was going on? She asked people at the office who were talking. They are lying, Ryan said quickly. The company is trying to get rid of me. I just need a place to stay for a few days. There was a pause. Stay where, she asked. With you, he replied, just for a little while. Silence filled the line. Ryan, I saw the HR notice, Lily said. You were terminated for fraud. That is just politics, he insisted. We will be fine. I promised you everything. Lily laughed softly, but there was no warmth in it. You promised me a lifestyle, she said. Not a criminal record, Ryan's voice broke. Lily, please, I love you. You loved being powerful, she replied. I loved what you could give me. I am not going to ruin my future for you. Do not come here. If you do, I will call the police. The line went dead. Ryan stared at the phone. Even the woman he destroyed his marriage for had already moved on. Ryan did not sleep that night. By morning, he was sitting at a small desk in a cheap motel, staring at an old laptop. Anger had replaced panic. If they were going to destroy him, he would destroy them too. He typed furiously. Names, accounts, offshore structures, every system he had designed to hide money for the firm. He sent the email to federal authorities and to the business press. There. Now they would all fall. But what Ryan did not understand was that Ava had already moved first. The company had voluntarily disclosed everything earlier that day. Every account, every structure, every irregularity. Framed as mistakes caused by one executive. Him. By sending that email, Ryan was not exposing a crime. He was confessing to it. The knock came in the afternoon. 2 agents stood outside the motel room. Ryan Caldwell, one of them, said, You are under arrest for wire fraud and financial misappropriation. They placed him in handcuffs. Ryan tried to speak. I am a whistleblower, he said. I sent the emails. The agent nodded. We know. That is how we confirmed it was you. Ryan said nothing more. His entire life fit into one plastic evidence bag. 5 years passed. Ryan Caldwell was no longer a powerful man. He was inmate number 740,823. His hair had turned gray. His hands were rough from cleaning floors inside the prison. No one came to visit except his mother. who sent short, careful letters that he rarely answered. The man who once approved million-dollar deals now waited in line for a plastic tray of food. Ava Whitmore lived in a different world. She stood on conference stages in tailored black dresses, speaking about ethical leadership and sustainable finance. Under her guidance, Whitmore Group had expanded into Asia and doubled its valuation. People listened when she spoke not because of her name, but because she was right at home. She had built a quiet life with Daniel. They shared simple dinners, and laughter their daughter Lily ran through. The house with bare feet and bright eyes, Ava never spoke Ryan's name. Some people do not deserve to live inside your future. They belong to a past that no longer exists. People often think revenge means hurting someone. It does not. Real revenge is refusing to let someone continue to benefit from your silence. Ryan Caldwell did not lose his life because Ava destroyed him. He lost it because he built it on lies. Ava did not scream. She did not beg. She did not expose him on social media. She simply told the truth in the right rooms. That is why the consequences were permanent. If you are listening to this and you feel trapped in a relationship where respect has disappeared, remember this. You do not need to be louder. You need to be clearer.